So I don't often want to ask these questions because, listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not even somebody who can, recite off the healing process to broken bones, torn ligaments, or fractured eye sockets, and so on and so forth. But I can only talk about what my experiences are from having a broken hand as a result of hitting the heavy bag, working out, or being in the ring. I broke my hand several years ago. I broke my hand, and it was probably one of the most painful things I've ever gone through. Um, I was off hitting the heavy bag and just working, just getting the sweat on. I mean, I've never competed in a boxing ring, professionally, amateur wise, or anything other, but I was working the heavy bag and I just pivoted a certain way, turned my wrist, and I basically had a severe boxer's fracture of my pinky, and I also fractured my wrist. Now, during this time, I remember when the doctor was telling me, "Hey, you need surgeries." They put K wires. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is. I know some people who may, if they have ever suffered this injury, they know what I'm talking about. They wanted to put K wires inside my hand, which they did. I let them, have the surgery. I had to have the surgery because where the breaks were and how significant they were in my wrist and in my hand. And I was told I couldn't do anything for 6 weeks. Okay, that's generally the healing process. It would take up to 6 weeks. Now that's not including removing the pins and physical therapy, okay, or PT. Now during this time, I had severe muscle degrade in my wrist all the way up. I mean, it even went up about I want to say shit. I remember when they removed those hand wraps after surgery to pull those wires out, bro. My shit looked like something from The Walking Dead, guys. And I had to start off with a process of 2 more months, additional months, just getting the muscles in my hand and the ligaments in my hand to work and function as they used to. Now, why do I say all this? Now, I'm just going to go into this because this is something that I noticed and I didn't understand or have a true grasp of the injury that was, you know, happened. Let me put it this way, that happened to Deontay Wilder in his last fight. Last night, he was on, speaking with Paulie Malignaggi, speaking with some of the guys on the panel of Showtime Boxing. And I gotta say, I mean, when they were running off a list of the injuries in which he had and which he sustained, first off, I'm not trying to, listen, I ride with Deontay Wilder. I really do. But I believe that Deontay Wilder said he also tore or ruptured a ligament in that fight. And I'm going to be honest with you. You guys remember, we all noticed it when we were watching the fight. He had that severe scarring on his arm. And almost as if he was like maybe riding a bike, or it looked like the guy got, he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And it looks like he had flesh kind of almost, I don't want to say serrated off, but it looked as if he might have been. I'm going to just go out here and say he looked like he might have been on a motorcycle and might not have been wearing the proper gear. And anybody who's ever ridden a motorcycle and has seen it, I know I've seen it firsthand when guys fall off bikes, what it looks like, and it kind of looked like that. Now, I'm not an expert. Again, I wanted to sit there and say I'm not a medical expert, but it just concerned me. And then he said that during the fight, he tore he ruptured the tendon in his arm. I have a question for a lot of you guys out there in the LDBC and in the boxing world. If you guys do you think that happened during the fight, or do you think that happened during this incident that they kind of don't even want to acknowledge? And if this is the case, does anybody think that maybe Deontay Wilder was already injured going into the fight? And that he might not be what he was? Again, I just was, again, I never studied psychology. I'm not even going to sit here and try to say I can read people like that, because I wish I did have that ability. I'd be able to tell a snake from a real dude in a second. But I got to ask the question, Paulie was really grilling him, because I think even Paulie noticed it. I know for a fact Paulie had, that'll be another video, but Paulie Malignaggi is really fucking boxing gold, bro, when it comes to commentating. And it comes to being real raw about shit. He actually was putting Deontay on the spot last night. And I just wanted to know whether you guys felt the same way. Did you guys pick up on it? Did you guys catch the interview? And do you guys think Deontay Wilder is going to be the same? I've got to sit here and say I'm a little nervous. I am. I'm a bit nervous. So with that, I'm going to cut this video off. I've already rambled on too much. I got to get the fuck up out of here. Mom Dukes is like killing me right now with this whole I need to spend time with you more shit. I love her to death. Ladies and gentlemen, man, your Mom Dukes, they gave you life. Respect them, love them. Sometimes, man, just sometimes I'm just like,